Episode 25 of the Talking Guys. What's up, guys?
Oh,
I
same
had a
old
really
stuff.
cool, yeah, I actually had a really cool intro, and then at the last second, I
I was
spaced.
I was honestly expecting more. That's why I was just
Yeah,
sitting
I
there.
was like, okay.
Well, after 25 episodes, I guess the audience is kind of used to letdowns. So,
Hey,
yeah.
I
So,
can
hey,
go
when
places
this
with that.
when this video goes live, it will be Labor Day. So the majority of people are off of work.
Memorial Day, Labor Day, what's the difference, man? It's all the
It's
same.
The name,
just a day.
the name is different.
Yeah. Most people are going to be off of work, so please celebrate responsibly. But for the few that are working, work responsibly, I guess.
That's not child friendly. I'm sorry.
Y'all both work tomorrow, right?
Yes, of course I
No.
do.
I am on vacation.
Nice.
Yeah.
Vacation from
He's on vacation, and I'm set to work 13 days straight, or whatever it is. So it's going to be a great experience.
Someone's got to make that
12
money,
days
right?
straight.
It's actually kind of nice not having him around the entire time I'm on vacation. I mean, like, boom.
Yeah. Hey, so time for what's new. Some disappointment. The Mavericks were eliminated in the first round by the Clippers. I guess
Not disappointed.
big shock there. Joel, I don't know why I was saying Joel Pattinson. Robert Pattinson has contracted COVID-19. So production of the Batman has been again delayed.
Just real quick, you want to try his name one more time?
Yeah, Robert Pattinson.
Okay, still wrong. Try again.
It's like it's gonna catch like Batflick did.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I get what you did. That's cute. That's so cute.
It is. Thanks. I came up with that on my own. Totally original.
I'm sure. I can't find it anywhere on the internet right now.
And then we had an exciting Game 7 shootout. The Dallas Stars went overtime, and they beat the Avalanche.
Wait, people watch that sport?
Yeah, people do.
It's the only real sport to watch, and there's esports. Yeah,
Unreal.
hockey and esports.
Not true.
That's all it.
Verifiably false. That's all I've got to say on that.
Yeah, actually, they set history. Joel Kiviranta had a hat trick. So he is now the first rookie in NHL history to score one in a Game 7 of a playoff game. So congratulations to him.
What is a hat trick?
A hat trick, for those unaware, is when a player scores 3 goals in a game.
That's it?
Yeah.
It's not like basketball where you score a ton.
Three goals?
That's actually kind of difficult to do.
I could score 3 goals in my sleep.
You couldn't even skate around.
No sport would ever stop me from scoring 3 goals.
You couldn't even skate around on the ice with nobody there, much less have a stick and control.
I can actually skate backwards, sir.
Sure.
So
he joined 6 other players.
Oh wow! See, it's not that uncommon. 600 players? That's a lot of people.
No, I said 6. He joined 6 other players that have scored hat tricks in a Game 7 of a playoff game. The last being Wayne Gretzky in 1993, when he led the Kings to the Stanley Cup, where they eventually lost to the Montreal Canadiens for it.
Well, that ruined that story. Okay.
Yeah, so 7
We're not
players
making a movie about that one.
Have scored a hat trick.
That's
in Game
the sad
7,
Mighty Ducks.
Congratulations to Joel. Setting history is the only rookie, so that means they are now 1 series away from hitting the Stanley Cup. They just have to beat the Las Vegas Knights. So the Golden Knights are
okay. Good luck beating
the Golden Knights
in Vegas, but okay.
The Golden Knights are actually the number 1 seeded team, so I don't think it's gonna.
Their name's really the Golden Knights.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes. Game 1's actually tonight. So when you watch this tomorrow, they will either be down or up a game. So we'll see what happens.
These are logical facts.
Yeah. Also, The Boys Season 2 has now been officially released on Amazon. They have the first 3 episodes available to stream, and then a brand new episode every Friday. So we're back. Yeah. quite a good show. For those that have not watched it, the first season is streaming on Amazon Prime, along with the second season. So 8 episodes apiece, about an hour or so long. So shouldn't take you too long to get caught up. Definitely recommended from us here at the Talking Guys. Not kid friendly. Just throwing it out there. Even though it is a superhero show, it is rated TVMA. So definitely has mature themes throughout.
Well, I'm out. I don't watch mature themes. I only watch teenage themes where I've always wanted to live.
Yeah, Forever in High School?
No.
Well, if you shaved your facial hair, you'd actually probably look like a high schooler, because the majority of the actors they get for those shows are way overaged.
I think I have too deep of a receding hairline for them to think that I'm actually like a...
Just wear a hat like Seth does. That is the reason Seth wears a hat, right?
Yeah. Yep. He's actually got terrible hair genetics.
Oh, so. He's doing it, guys.
I have a
He's doing
hairline.
it.
Oh my god. Okay, whatever, dude.
A rare Seth hair was spotted, so
it didn't even look that bad either.
Yeah. Hey, so we're 25 episodes into this. 75 weeks from now, we will hit 100 episodes, give or take. As we try to provide a entertaining show uninterrupted every week for you guys.
75 weeks. How many years is that?
52 weeks in a year.
Almost like a year and a half.
So like a year and a half-ish.
A little more than a year and a half.
Oh, I thought it was like 5. Okay.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens when we get to episode 100. If we're still alive, because COVID kills us all. So.
Good.
Yeah, definitely. So that's it for what's new this week.
That's it. That's all that's new in the world. There's not.
I already said it. I told Will about this, but he didn't want to mention it because he doesn't acknowledge it. But Team BDS took the European regionals earlier today. So.
And Call of Duty?
No, Rocket League. Far more interesting to watch than football.
No, I don't think that's true.
No, it's true.
We drafted in our
fantasy.
League.
So
fantasy
Pat and I are in the same fantasy league this year.
Basically, it's a pretty much a win-win for me. I've already secured the win. I'm gonna win the whole season. So
yeah, it's actually kind of funny. So Pat and I are actually part of the same fantasy league. We had the draft this last week, and the fantasy app that we use, this is not sponsored, is Sleeper Fantasy Football. They actually added a feature between last season and this season that allows you to actually go into a chat room and actually talk with, other people inside the chat room. So there were 8 of us in the draft. And so all 8 of us were actually inside shit talking each other as the draft progressed, which was kind of cool because the quality was actually fairly good. From what I can remember.
Yeah, that's why I got such a good draft this year too.
Because of the call quality. A lot of apps.
No, just because I got psychologically in their minds, and they really just couldn't quite focus like they normally do. Because normally they're like, they're like those mouth breathers or whatever, and they're just like as they like type frantically on their like sheets and look at all the stats and stuff, and they're like, who am I going to pick next? Who am I going to pick next? But when you're all, my voice in your head the whole time, it was like, I can't think. I'm going to pick 2 kickers. 2 quarterbacks.
I just want to take this moment to say, if you or a loved one has a gambling addiction, please make sure to reach out.
Actually, it's smart to draft 2 QBs, but
no, it's not. Oh my god,
it is. Anyways, a lot of apps.
Zach doesn't even do it, and he understands.
A lot of apps.
I don't do it because I don't like to waste my money on someone else's.
We don't spend money on it.
You don't do it for money?
No.
Then what's the point of even doing it? Like,
it's
you could at least kind of buy it. Like, if you were telling me there was money on the line, I could kind of understand why you're doing it. I still wouldn't do it. But you're doing it for free. Now that's just like, oh, hey.
Yeah, a lot of apps actually allow you to use your phone's mic to talk to other people, but the quality isn't always as good as if you were actually talking on the phone with them. But for the this app that we used, the mic quality, sound quality rather, was as if you were actually like in a conference call. So it was pretty unique, and from what I can tell, it actually allows you to do that when you are actually playing on game day.
You can hop into the chat whenever you want to, like the league chat, and anybody that's also in the voice chat can just like you can talk to them. So I thought that was a pretty cool little feature.
Yeah, I think that's pretty neat. Because you can't always.
So when I'm smacking down on Will's team all year, you know, I can be like, "Hey, Will, how you doing? Hey, Will, how you doing?" He's gonna be like, "Shut up, leave me alone."
Actually, did check.
I'm going to hang out with my friends.
We'll move on from fantasy talk in just a sec, but I am matched up to win this upcoming week unless something happens. So far, it looks like
by 0.5 points, so it's looking like a solid victory.
Hey, you know, last time I checked, it was like a 56 to like 44%. But you know, variables change, people get injured, so we'll see what happens. But definitely excited. Football appears at the moment to be back. We will definitely see if they actually play all 16 games because they're not in a bubble like the NHL and NBA. And I realized that the NBA and NHL had playoffs essentially and not actual seasons because the seasons they had played prior to COVID. So we'll see because the MLB is they say postponed, but they're canceled quite a few games. So hopefully we'll see what happens in the NFL.
I mean, eventually we got to go back to normal, dude. It's just stupid. Yeah. Take precautions. You know, don't have as many people there.
We'll see.
Wear your freaking masks.
I know quite a few stadiums have already elected to not have fans in attendance. And the other stadiums that are allowing people to attend, the capacity has been reduced significantly. But again, we'll see what happens. As it stands, though, Thursday night upcoming, it'll be the Chiefs and the Texans. So we'll see. We'll see return to football. Should be fun. But enough football talk.
Here's my deal. If you're going to work and you go to work every day and people come into your work every day, you have just as much of a chance of getting exposed as you do going to a football game, okay? There's no difference. Just everybody needs to calm down, move on with your life, take the proper precautions, and let's go, dude.
How many wolves would it take to take down an elephant?
Oh, a pack of wolves could probably do it. 12.
You think 12 is the minimum?
I don't know what does a pack of wolves constitute.
I don't think it was that. I was thinking like 6.
Certain number. I don't feel like for a pack of wolves.
But so, yeah, I mean, wolves are pretty big. They're a lot bigger than normal dogs. They're also smart. And they're very smart. Yeah.
Yeah, but could they bite through the elephant's hide?
Yeah, definitely. They are dangerous.
Are they faster than an elephant?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Are you sure? Because when an elephant, you've never heard of an elephant stampede?
I mean,
I've heard of it.
Get it running.
They're dangerous because they're huge.
Get it running. That's the thing about wolves; they're smarter. They wouldn't let it run. They would encircle it, nip at it, so it has to keep turning. Like they wouldn't let it get running.
You don't think if it were to spin in a circle with its tusks, it would be able to create enough distance?
And secondly, the running wouldn't work because, okay, who's going to run out of energy first? This big, huge elephant or small, light-footed wolves that have gone like days without eating? They can just go forever. Wolves can live a long time without food. That's why that's why they gorge themselves on food when they find a meal, and then they might not get to eat again for 3, 4, 5 days. So I'm pretty sure an elephant would get literally absolutely destroyed. Wolves have been around for a long time for a reason, and they've hunted many things.
Okay, so 6 wolves versus a elephant.
I'm going with the wolves.
Yep, going with the wolves.
I don't know.
Predator versus prey.
Yeah, it's predator versus a herbivore, but fucking
I don't know. I think the Elephant may still stand a chance against 6 Wolves.
Nah.
Well, sadly, there's 2 A's and 1 nay, so or whatever. So you're voted out. You are the weakest link on this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I can't win them all.
No.
What's that behind you, Patrick?
What are you talking about?
It's there's like a sheet behind you, right?
Oh no, it's like stars. You don't see the stars?
No.
God. No. I thought it was working. I'm sorry, guys. Next time though, I'll get right on it and I'll fix it.
Part of your setup, your new setup you get going?
I'm gonna try and use a green screen, just because I thought it would be cool and a lot more exciting than looking at a Marvel poster every day. You know?
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like it. There's also a Call of Duty one,
which was a very good game, Call of Duty Black Ops
2.
Oh. But yeah, no, I want to use a green screen because I think it would be cool, and you can do a lot of different things with them. Spice it up a little bit, and also because who knows, maybe I want to do some streams sometime or make some YouTube videos of my own, and it would be cool to have a green screen because then you can phase yourself out, put yourself in the corner, and you're just you, and you don't have your big camera blocking any of the view. So it's actually cooler than it's pretty nice. I've seen a lot of green screens used for content creators, and I think it's pretty cool. So I don't know if this one will even work that well. I got to do a lot more research into it. But I got it the other day, and then I've worked a lot, and I just hadn't gotten around to figuring out how to set it all up, because it's more complicated than it appears. So,
well, you got half of it done, so
yeah, but I probably gotta rearrange my room and figure out how I'm gonna do it. It's really not that bad. It looks like it's a lot closer than it actually is to my chair. So,
you have plans of ever wearing a green suit?
Mm-hmm.
Like a body suit?
A green suit and green contacts.
No, not suit, like spandex,
Yep.
Why would you need to wear green contacts?
Because then it would be my just my head, but then it would show my pupils, but my eyes would be the color of whatever I was playing. It would be cool.
All right. Seems like you put a lot of thought into that.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Seth, where's your
green screen? Or put green spots.
I don't have a green screen.
Put green makeup on my face in weird ways, so it looks like I'm melting away and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff you could do with the green screen, guys.
Why don't you just wear a mask, like a green mask, and you're just covered in green?
Then why would I have a green screen?
Exactly.
Okay.
Hey, so what are some of your guilty pleasures, guys?
Guilty pleasures?
Yeah.
Sleeping?
Well, if you need a minute to think about that, I'll go ahead and tell you one of mine. Using the handicap stall in the bathrooms.
You park in the handicap spots too? Wow.
No, I don't. It's just those stalls are typically much bigger.
For a reason. Mm-hmm.
And way more comfortable. You get a lot of leg room.
It's the same.
They're wider typically.
But why do you need wide? You're sitting on a toilet. What are you doing in the
stretching the hell out? Apparently.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you just need to stretch.
What happens if someone who needs that?
Then he quickly, finishes his business and is
exactly,
and then kind of goes out there limping and pretends that he's actually hurt.
Yeah, there you go.
God, Seth.
Hasn't happened yet. So
think big. Yeah, I've actually used so many handicap stalls.
Yeah, and
there was nothing else available or whatever. Hey, no, at the job I work at, in the men's room, there is only one stall, and it's a handicap stall. That's it. The other two things are urinals. So, you have to use the handicap stall.
It's not really a handicap stall. It's just a stall for everybody.
It's a stall built for a handicap. It's a handicap stall.
It's a stall for everybody. All inclusive.
I don't. I don't want an all inclusive. I'm using the handicap stall. Don't take this from me.
Yeah, sometimes it's just, you need the extra room. And sometimes, the way they're designed with the door being so far out, you don't have people constantly peeking in the holes, looking in between the holes. There's more of a privacy concern with that, too.
How often do you have people peeking through the holes?
I've had it happen before. And then you just kind of wave and say, hey, what's up?
Okie day.
And then spread your legs and you're like, hey, what's up? Okay, I'm sorry.
Seth or Pat, you got
one? Guilty pleasures. I don't feel guilty about any of the pleasures I consume, so I don't know. I mean, I guess, like, I really don't have anything that's like that I can think of off the top of my head. Actually, I'm pretty stumped on this. I don't feel guilty about it, so it's hard for me to say it's a guilty pleasure. Like, I don't feel. I mean, speeding is a guilty pleasure? I like to speed.
Maybe we can consider it one. I don't know.
I mean, I'm with Patrick. I'm not guilty about anything I do.
Yeah.
So you don't ever
drink a ton of energy drinks. I smoke a lot of stuff.
So you don't ever actually do something and you're like, well,
no,
probably shouldn't be doing this, but I'm enjoying it anyways.
I mean, I probably shouldn't be drinking all the energy drinks I do, but I also know someone's bound to shoot me or something before I die from an energy drink, so it's all good. I tend to annoy people.
Yeah, I mean, like, I smoke, but like, I don't see that as a guilty pleasure. That's a bad habit.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm trying to think of.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say like maybe like going out to eat like somewhere really expensive that it's like way like there's no point in doing it, but you do it just once in a while, and I always feel guilty because I'm like, I can't believe I'm wasting this much money.
Steaks too.
Yeah, so like going to a steakhouse and spending like $50-$60, it's like, this is stupid. I should just go home and make myself a good steak and save myself $50. But other than that, I mean, I don't really have any guilty pleasures. I'm a very good person. I don't do guilty things. Okay? That's what I'm officially standing by.
Okay.
And if I did have any guilty pleasures, I couldn't tell you guys because they would just be too guilty. And I just feel ashamed of sharing them with you.
All right.
Yeah. That's my official answer. I feel kind of guilty about it. But
about your answer?
Yeah.
No, there we go. So your answer is the answer.
It's a guilty pleasure.
I'm guessing Seth is taking the same road.
No, my guilty pleasure is whenever I sneak into Patrick's room at night and just kind of like watch him
sleep. Hell yeah. I understand that. I'm a very calm, peaceful sleeper. It would put serenity into anybody who watched me.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever actively watched anyone sleep. That's kind of strange.
I don't think I have either.
Yeah, some people do though. That's a thing, And if that's your thing, I'd go for it, I guess. As long as you're not watching me sleep.
Maybe I'm not.
Santa Claus does.
Yeah, honestly, even if I did watch someone sleep, I would never tell. I think you would just get yourself too much of a weird label. So, I don't know.
Wait, hold on.
I guess that depends, because like if you're sleeping next to a significant other and you watch them sleep,
still weird.
That's not necessarily weird. It's just kind of you're sleeping in the same spot. But if it's someone you don't know, or they probably wouldn't enjoy it, then maybe that comes with a label.
I don't know. Is it really that weird to watch somebody sleep? I mean, when you really think about it, it's like,
hold on.
I've watched a baby sleep before. Am I weird for doing that?
I think that gets a pass.
I've watched a cat sleep before and thought it was cute. I mean, is that weird? I've watched Seth sleep before. When I walk by his room like every morning and his door's wide open, I look in there and he's still there in his bed sleeping, and I'm like, okay, he's there, and I keep going.
Yeah, but I don't know if I would consider that watching someone sleep, though. I mean, if you actively pursue the act of actually watching someone sleep for more than
almost every night, I'm perched on Patrick's dresser, like kind of like Spider-Man would sit, watching it for a couple hours, and then I walk away.
He's kind of like this, He just kind of sits up, and he's like.
Oh, I was so hoping Pat would fall backwards.
I was really expecting it.
No, but
it would not have gotten edited.
No, it wouldn't have. There's a difference, I think, with someone actually taking a glimpse and actually watching. So what you do when you pass through the hallway and you catch a glimpse of him sleeping, that's different than if you were just to stand there and
Who's to say I haven't?
I don't know, but you said you would never tell the person anyways, so there's no way we would ever know.
You can do a lie detector test.
Those things are so inaccurate.
Yeah,
they're only inaccurate if you do your base poorly.
Have y'all ever taken one of those? A polygraph?
Nope.
Why would I take one of those?
Would you ever want to? Just to see if you could trick it.
I would love to beat the hell out of it constantly.
I don't know. It would depend on what it's about. Like if it's just a lie detector and somebody and like my friends are just gonna go and sit there and like think of all the most effed up things I can think of to ask me, then no, like I wouldn't want to, just because it's weird.
I'd do it.
Yeah, but what difference would that be versus like you being actually interrogated?
But like, okay, I know people who have had to take polygraphs for their jobs, and so they ask some pretty personal questions, but it's like, somebody that you don't know, and they're just like making sure that you're not like a pedophile or something weird like that. They'll ask you like questions like that along those lines, and ask you multiple times throughout to like check that you're psychologically a normal person or whatever before they let you do whatever job that you're going to do. And so I would do something like that for a job.
You're saying that you would feel more comfortable versus just.
But I don't think I would be like, hey Seth, Will, in 2 weeks I'm going to be taking a polygraph. I want you to come up with as many questions as you can, and then we're just going to do it live in front of everybody, and you just like ask me what you want to ask me. I think no, hell no, dude. I would not do it.
That'd be kind of fun.
I've seen it done, and it was actually pretty funny. But they asked some pretty harsh questions there, and the guy was like, "No, I'm not lying," and he was. So I don't know if I'd want that on my conscience of like who's like they asked him who's your favorite friend, and then they went down the line of like people and named them off, and he was like, "Stop!" And then they're like, they finally named the person, and he's like, and they're like, "Wow, that's the person." Yeah, and it was like kind of screwed up.
There's a game. I think all three of us have played it. It's similar. It's called Butthurt, and I guess it's very kind of similar to a polygraph in a way because it asks questions similar to that, and it makes people kind of choose between people, and people definitely get upset, and feelings are.
Do they get butthurt?
Probably.
Yeah, but feelings are definitely hurt. So.
I mean, the trick is to not have feelings in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't have a heart.
Let it roll off your sleeve.
Yeah. Actually, I'm kind of curious now. If you had an artificial heart, would that change anything?
would change the fact that you have it?
Yeah, I'm saying, because they say it all comes from the heart, right? Your feelings and
That's
stuff.
just because humans back then were stupid. And they thought that, it had to come from something. No, emotions do not come from your heart. So if you had an artificial heart, you would still have emotions. It's all done in your brain.
What if you had an artificial brain?
I actually
you're probably not a real human being.
In The Wizard of Oz, one of them needed a heart, and when he got it, it changed him drastically. So
it was the Tin Man.
Yeah, so I honestly, I would disagree with that. You do need a heart in order to have like a true feeling.
I would use like my base of reference a very old movie about a robot type man who got a heart given to him by a
wizard
being. I don't know. Like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. That's exactly what I'd use for my argument.
Very accurate.
Thank you. See, I knew I was on good sound reasoning. And now it's been confirmed by 2 different people. So next time I'm going to be even more ready with a even stronger argument using that same argument just in more detail.
No polygraph needed here.
No polygraph needed.
Yeah, earlier I know we mentioned in the What's New, the Boys season 2 has released 3 episodes, but they released them all at once. The next 5 episodes are going to be released weekly on Fridays on Amazon Prime for those interested. Would you guys prefer would you have preferred if they released them all at once, or do you like the format of releasing it weekly? Like episodic content?
I don't think I really care. I think it can be good, but if the show sucks, then it's definitely going to suck if you have to wait every week and you're probably not going to finish it. So, but if the show's good, the anticipation it builds can be fun. Well, sometimes annoying, because they leave you on cliffhangers and stuff, and then you have to wait an entire week to find out. But
which it most likely will do.
I prefer to wait. I like them spread out. Back in the day, when I was a teenager, pretty much. That was part of the fun. It was annoying at times, especially whenever they left you on major cliffhangers. But on Monday night at 7, you knew you were watching, the new episode of Psych or whatever.
It gave you something to look for.
It was always a fun thing, and so the fact that I've got my shows that I can just binge. So, like, then we watch an episode this week, and then I'll go back to a show that I'm just watching. But it makes it more fun. I liked waiting on stuff. I know we had when Game of Thrones came out, like we had a couple of us who would get on, whenever it launched, but we'd like talk about it throughout the thing, and which was nice because I was living in a different state alone at the time, and so it was cool to have something like a couple of friends would just watch something like and talk about it. So I think it brings back that whole I don't know if I want to say like family time, but I guess like whenever you knew that you were gonna watch American Idol or whatever the hell it was that week or that day.
Yeah, I can see that and kind of what you're getting at with the whole. If a bunch of you are watching the same show, but you're all caught up at the same time, you can discuss, hey, did you see this? Or, did you know that happened? Or did you catch that?
Right.
And there's an anticipation of, okay, and speculation, rather, amongst whoever the group is that you're with watching this at the same time. What, hey, Patrick, what do you think is going to happen? And you tell your opinion. And I said, well, I don't actually know if it may happen that way. But if it comes in at once, that doesn't exist.
Yeah, you're watching at your own pace. So Will might watch, all 8 episodes in 8 hours, like just back to back, while I might take, 6 weeks to watch them. And so it's more of like, hey, where are you at? Okay, we can talk about that.
Yeah, I think they're doing it because of COVID-19. Because if I'm not mistaken, I didn't watch the first season of The Boys when it had come out originally. I watched it quite a bit after, And at the time when I watched it, all 8 episodes were available to watch. But I know I watched Jack Ryan when that the first season of that had come out, and Amazon had released. I think it is 8 episodes. That could be a mistake, and it could be 10. But I know they released it all at once, so I'm thinking they're doing it to try spreading out content, possibly.
Or it could just be that because Game of Thrones did that, and not many shows are doing that, and also The Mandalorian did that too, and people. Like they were big hits, so they might just be trying to see if people want that style.
Or, if I'm not mistaken, the second season of The Mandalorian comes out in October.
Yeah,
I think
October 10th. I think I heard.
So another tidbit there for those interested. Personally, I've got so many things I'm watching at the moment. By the time I think I get to the second season of The Boys, I will have all 8 episodes to binge. I'm watching what was it's the House of Money Heist, right? That's the one on Netflix, I think.
The Spanish show.
Yes, yeah,
it's real good.
It's pretty good. I'm watching it dubbed just because I'm not super into subtitles, but
yeah, I know you should have watched
it. I would not recommend that at all.
I don't know.
I can't do dubs. It doesn't match. It doesn't match the face. Like the it drives me insane.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, how are you ever gonna learn to speak another language if you never listen to it?
I'm getting there. So, but I think it's gonna be good. The first season was good, and the third season they're going to bring the actor from Supernatural. Is it Jason
Derulo?
What's up?
Jason Derulo?
No, y'all watch Supernatural, right?
No.
Not in a very long time. The show should have ended the season that I stopped watching.
I think there's 10 seasons of it.
Mm-hmm. Should have ended on 5.
Yeah, because that is the original story. That's when it ends.
Yeah, and then they just started grasping for a story because they wanted money and just went to stupid. Anyways.
Shocker.
Yeah, he plays Dean, the actor that plays Dean on Supernatural.
Dean of the school?
Nope, his name is Dean. His brother is Sam. Hang on, nope. Jared Padalecki plays Sam. So the actor that plays Dean, and I'm usually on names here, but I'm spacing.
Well, Lost in Space.
I'm pretty sure it matters though.
Jason, I think cares? First name. But anyways, he's gonna be in season 3. He's actually gonna play a Captain America type character, so that should be interesting.
In America?
Did we switch shows real quick, or are we what?
Yeah.
No.
Money Heist?
No, I'm talking about The Boys.
Oh.
But
yeah.
We were talking about the money.
Yeah,
how did we get back to The Boys
for a second there? I don't know.
Everyone is confused.
Watch it.
I sincerely apologize, viewers. We're as lost as you are.
Yeah, because I really thought I was like, really?
Why is there a Captain America and Money Heist? I don't even
No. If you watch it back, there's that. God, very quickly because I thought we were moving topics, but I believe Money Heist has actually got a 5th season coming out. So
speaking of superhero shows, we're watching 2 Marvel-made TV shows. Well, I'm watching 2. Not really. I stopped watching 1 because it's trash. Anyways, Marvel came out with 2 superhero movies, Inhumans and The Runaways. They're on Disney Plus, just like Marvel-based superhero TV shows. It's crazy to me how good one is and how bad the other one is. Like, it's insane. Like, just quality and acting ability are just night and day from each other, but they both get the Marvel name on them. It's kind of interesting.
You said one was Inhumans, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that a show that was I thought on FX? Is that the one that's bad?
It's so bad.
Okay, I think that's why. Because I'm fairly certain it was on FX at one point, and the budget I think is significantly lower, which is probably why it's bad.
There's no acting ability whatsoever. You can tell that these people are reading from their scripts in the background. Like they're like, what's my next line? It's horrible. The graphics are just weird. The superpowers that they shows are just like, what? Like, anyways, I don't recommend it. Don't waste your time.
Like budget don't superpowers?
It's just like some weird stuff. Like one of them is her hair can attack people. The other one, he doesn't talk, but if he touches you, you can understand what he's saying. And this guy's like the powerful one. I don't freaking know. But he just touches people and they're like, oh, okay, I get what you mean, but he can't say words.
It's like the worst power in the world.
One of the main characters in a world of superheroes, because they're living on the moon. Who knows how they got there or how they established it or anything? But they're living on the moon because the humans are persecuting them, probably for their bad acting. And they are
it's the superpowers. They're like, no, we don't want you. We want Cyclops and Wolverine. You guys are lame.
But one of the main characters and the guy who like took over their entire colony doesn't even have superpowers. Like he literally took over the entire colony of superhumans.
So why is he there?
Without having superpowers.
And how does he breathe on the moon?
We don't know how any of them breathe on the moon.
Okay.
But we do know that one of them was outside of their complex and he was just fine. Not in a suit. But I don't know. They don't explain anything. Don't recommend it. Oh, and one of the other people, she has the ability, well, she's like a huge dog, and I mean like huge not pit bull, bulldog, huge bulldog.
Yeah, and he can teleport people, right?
Yeah.
Like
he teleports people. She can't teleport people, but he teleports people. That's her superpower. But go. Nice. If the dog's not anywhere around you, you are a basic human. But...
Wow, that sounds like the lamest.
Anyways, wouldn't recommend it. But the other one, The Runaways.
Yeah, the final episode was so good. So good. Yeah. We watched the first 3 minutes and then we turned it off. It was so good.
What?
Somebody had to go to bed.
And you had to watch him, right?
I told him, I said, I have a feeling that I'm going to have to go into work tomorrow, even though I'm not supposed to. I just have this feeling.
Was this recently?
Go to bed just in case so I get some sleep, you know? And he's like, no, just stay up and watch it. But it was like 10 o'clock already. And I was like, Rob, I swear to God, they're going to call me. And they did call me. And I did have to go into work and work for 7 hours. So
nice. Yeah, well, if you're not, who is?
Nobody, apparently.
That's why you're there.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You know, it's like when a guy holds up a handful of sticks and he's like, pull a stick, and it's like every time you pull the stick, it's the short stick. That's my life right now. Just like short stick, short stick, short stick, short. Where are the long sticks?
Yeah, y'all heard that Disney Plus has got Mulan available.
I can't figure out how to watch it.
$30. You got to spend $30, or you can wait a month and it's free. Basically,
it's December.
It's not an actual month.
It's not free till December.
It's like December 2nd.
Why?
Because
they're giving you early access to the movie.
Yeah, they couldn't release it.
They're not going to movie theater.
So you spend $30 and you get access to it until December when it becomes free to everybody. I heard it wasn't great.
I'm interested in watching it.
I don't think
it looks a little less like, Disney classic and more like an action movie.
I don't think that Disney should have the live action versions of their animated movies, but that's just me. It seems cheap and they're trying to milk.
Aladdin was good. Wait, did you say they're trying to milk it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
yeah.
Disney does. They are money hungry.
Yeah,
no, I'm saying
like they will literally continue to remake, but it's also something about Walt Disney's will to have all the movies remade on like their 10-year anniversary or something like that. I don't remember the exact things, but there is something in his will that he wants the movies remade.
Well, if it was 10 years, I think Mulan should have come out.
I said 10 years. I don't remember the number. I don't remember the
regardless,
I remember there was something about his will wanting a remake.
To me, I don't know. I said trying to milk it because you instead of coming up with original content, you're just recreating these animated series, movies that were critically acclaimed, and you don't always. Why does it matter?
Yeah, why does that matter?
Because just you can't replace like Will Smith. He's not a replacement for Robin Williams. You can't replace Robin Williams. You have these characters. What's up?
No one's trying to replace Robin Williams, but how many times did they remake Spider-Man? How many times did you watch all of them?
How dare you take my argument? I was gonna let him trap himself.
It's different.
It's only different because you really like superheroes, so you different. Want them to keep remaking stuff.
No, it would be a remake if they reused Green Goblin immediately, but they haven't. You have Willem Dafoe who's played Green Goblin, and then you had the atrocity that was Amazing Spider-Man 2, where you had is it Harry or Henry DeHaan that played him, and it was awful. But he didn't actually play Norman Osborn Green Goblin; he played Harry Osborn's Green Goblin. But you don't have...
What about the 4,000 Batman movies, the 4,000 Spider-Man movies, the Avengers, everything? It's the same crap. Every time they come up with a superhero movie, it's the same thing. It's the same.
No,
it's the
it would
same.
Be different, Patrick.
Some different argument with different lines.
The argument would be different.
Disney reusing content.
Patrick.
Same crap. Because
the argument,
they don't do, like the Mulan movie is not going to be verbatim the Mulan cartoon. Same as the next Spider-Man movie might not be verbatim. It's still the same general concept, William.
But it's not because they're based on...
And that is why I'm not a big fan of them.
You're taking
they make some good ones.
A movie and you were doing a 1-for-1 live action. But there was no Spider-Man animated movie that came out in the 90s that was winning awards left and right and people loved it. That's the difference, is because you're taking these animated movies that Disney historically has been known to make, and that's what they were popular and famous for, was the animation they used. And they've decided they're going to go ahead and just recreate that, but use people instead of animation.
Okay.
It's different because Spider-Man, you've got comic books for 70 years that you've got material that you're pulling from.
But they pull from the same material every time.
But it's not.
It's always the origins of Spider-Man. Spider-Man fights the same general villains. They might give him a new villain, but it's still the same time era of Spider-Man when he's young, when he first starts out. It's always the same, dude. They don't take Spider-Man when he's been doing it for 10 years. When have you seen a movie like that where he's been...
That's what they should have done for Civil War. Because that's would have been accurate.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like your argument is on very slippery ice when it comes to saying that Marvel doesn't do or DC doesn't do the same crap. It's Hollywood in general.
I'm not agreeing with you.
They create content one time, and then if it's successful, they try and use that same success to make something that's literally the same over and over.
I don't agree with continually using the origin story, which is why they don't do that anymore. They didn't do that for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. He's already established Uncle Ben's already dead because we don't need to see Uncle Ben die a third time. I'm not arguing that every movie needs to be an origin story for each of these superheroes because these superheroes are established and people already know.
The Jungle Book was good.
Who these stories and who these characters are. Case in point, the Batman with Robert Pattinson is not going to be an origin story. You're not going to see at the beginning. You're not going to see him as a young Bruce Wayne going to League of Assassins and being trained by Ra's al Ghul.
Now, listen, though. Listen. Okay. I want to be proven wrong here. When the Batman comes out, I just want you to answer me this question. Will the plot line consist of the following? Batman trying to save the world from some bad guy. Because if it's like that, then it's about Batman from the very beginning. Batman, the last movie, Batman, the last movie before that, Batman, the last movie before that.
That's what he does. He's a superhero.
Some like he's dealing with his dark side or whatever, and he goes a little evil. He's still doing the same boring thing that he's been doing,
saving the world.
Yeah, that's boring.
Only Gotham
City. That's what Batman is. That's what superheroes do. They save the world. And yeah, you could do.
And that's why superhero movies are so boring.
And Mulan basically saved the world too.
Yeah.
He was going to defeat the Huns.
That's true. But they had catchy ass songs that we still remember to this day. And that's why I like Mulan.
Or I'm just saying, and they want to do
Batman's catchy ass songs.
But see, you could have done the dark and depressing.
You got Spider-Pig.
Patrick, you had the Demon in the Bottle story.
That's why The Dark Knight was so good, Will. That's why it was better than Batman Begins. That's why it was better than the third one.
Because of why?
You know why? Because it was the first movie that was created that they made the villain almost a better character than the Batman. He was more interesting than Batman.
Patrick,
ever portrayed
said, I don't want to see Batman saving the world. And The Dark Knight, that is the plot line. Joker is trying to terrorize and destroy Gotham, right? And Batman stops him and saves Gotham. So your point is mute.
No.
But yes.
I'm about to make both of you mute.
Anyways, what I was saying is you wanted more dark and depressing storyline. Well, they could have done that with Demon in a Bottle. That's when Tony Stark is battling depression and he's on the verge of suicide, and he becomes an alcoholic. But they didn't do that with Disney because Disney owns Marvel, and that's not kid friendly. But there are storylines where they do that, where these superheroes struggle and then get really dark.
Well, you know what? If they ever get to that,
it's a superhero, and their entire existence is based on saving the world. That's just what they do.
Until then, there's going to be millions of people that rewatch Mulan because they love Mulan and it reminds them of their childhood, and
they will watch the animated version
again
over the live action version.
Yeah, because it'll be different. It's not the same.
Better.
Maybe. I highly doubt the new Mulan movie is going to be better than the original.
Exactly. And that just means that it didn't need to be made. Right?
But you gotta at least try, right?
No, I don't think so.
There's an argument to be said that no DC movie should have ever been made because they're just not good. But,
right.
we can just
they're not good.
They're not good.
Man of Steel's not good. Aquaman's not good.
No,
Aquaman was so boring.
Aquaman is not good.
Aquaman was so boring. What was the last one you said?
I said Wonder Woman.
That one was
boring.
Aquaman.
It's okay, not amazing. Nothing special.
Man of Steel was trash. Superman's trash.
Superman's boring.
He's overpowered.
Trash.
So Batman's about the only one that's sort of interesting of them, I would say. But
you know what? Leave it in the comments. Who's your favorite superhero? Why not?
Leave in the comments why you think superhero movies are overrated, and if you agree with me in saying that they should actually have some original content and make up a new story or something different instead of rehashing the same stuff over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, because the first 3 Iron Man were all the same movie.
Basically, you're right.
Sure, you probably want to rewatch those then.
Tony Stark making witty lines.
The MCU was done extremely well. Because each movie played on the others, and there was a ton of foreshadowing if you actually pay attention. It wasn't the same movie over and over again. But back to the 3 Spider-Mans. As much as I love Spider-Man, they were just rehashes. They just kept recreating the same character.
We'll agree to disagree.
We'll agree that
before we wrap, they're doing with this new one. It looks cool. It's exciting, but it's dude, they're just trying to recreate Batman. They're gonna make 2 or 3 movies, then they're gonna be done with him again, and then they're gonna recreate Batman again. It's what could we just move on? Find something more interesting. Come up with a new superhero with a cool story.
Yeah.
You know?
Before we wrap, real quick, it's funny to bring that up, Seth. The other night,
like an Asian girl that's trying to save the world from, the Huns. Like, that would be a cool superhero movie.
Yeah, totally.
Shurikens.
So at this dinner with some friends, we were actually talking about the DC and the Marvel movies. The reason the Marvel movies are successful is because they're cohesive. They all report to Kevin Feige, and he's the overall mastermind behind the MCU. So when these directors come to him and they say, "Hey, can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do this?" He tells them, "Yes, you can do that. No, you can't do that." And that's why they blend so well, because there is a overall vision for the universe. You don't get that in the live action DC movies for the most part, because there isn't anybody telling these directors you can't do that. And so each movie has its own vision for where it wants to go. However, though, the animated DC's animated universe is far superior to anything Marvel has. But the live action movies,
Lego Batman was pretty awesome.
Lego DC's animated universe is superior in every way to Marvel's, but Marvel's live action is.
I'll give you that. The one Spider-Man movie that they made, whatever that one that came out,
Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse is absolutely
that was an actually good.
Yeah,
good thing. That was really good.
It is one of my favorite animated movies. It's absolutely amazing.
It was actually original.
Yeah,
even though it wasn't, in the fact that the plot was still the same as they always are.
Well, that made sense. So
he still tried to stop a bad guy in the end.
Episode 25, The Talking Guys. Here's to 75 more and beyond, unless we all die. Hopefully that doesn't happen in the next year.
What if we just quit? What if we're just quitters? What if we're losers?
Can't quit now. You have a green screen.
Yeah, exactly. How much you've invested in the green screen means that you will be on board for the long run. So leave a comment what your favorite superhero is. Check our Facebook, MySpaces, Reddits, Instagrams.
Buzz Lightyear.
There's a superhero.
Social
Buzz
media.
Lightyear Star Command.
Definitely will be linked below. Patrick, if there's anything you want to plug with,
you can buy 2 sodas at the store and get one for $1 off. So remember that, guys.
That's the wrong plug.
Super important plug.
Subscribers, because that makes Patrick happy. This has been episode 25 of The Talking Guys.
Whoa! You can't just steal my thunder. I was getting to it. I was just plugging the other plug that you told me to do. You're supposed to like, click, and subscribe.
There we go. That's what we're looking for.
And comment saying that Will needs to reevaluate his Marvel DC obsession. Okay.
All right, go ahead and take us out, Seth.
Later.
Peace.